One of the biggest hurdles for print-on-demand artists is trying to edit designs. So here I'm on Etsy. Here's just a random SVG file that I found online. And this is not editable, meaning the text is just a picture of text. So if you were to buy this and download it and then try to change the text, you can't do it because it's just a picture. So in this video, I'm going to walk through how you can get 500 editable t-shirt designs. That's right, you can edit them, and that's pretty neat. It's a time saver and it's going to be fun. So let's go. Okay, the site that I'm going to be talking about today is called designslocker, and they're at designslocker.com. I'm just going to click up here at the top to browse the products, and they've got these bundles that are editable. So for example, they've got 50 editable vegan t-shirt bundle, and that sells for $14 US. There's 50 editable bicycle, cat, motorbike, fishing, the list goes on and on. There's actually 500 of these total, and they're $14 each, or you can get all 500 for $39 US dollars. So this is all 500 editable t-shirt designs. Everything you need to open your own print-on-demand store. So I'm actually going to pop this open, and I'll show you exactly what this looks like. So when you buy the 500 plus designs bundle, you wind up getting a zip file that's about 3.3 gigabytes. So it's a pretty massive zip file. And I'm just going to open this up. There's one for Mac, and then there's one for a PC. I'm on a PC. And here's basically the designs. You've got 3, 6, 9. You've got about, 3, 6, 9, 12. So I'm just going to pop these open. I actually extracted this out. So I'm just going to show you what they look like. So here's American Patriot. So American Patriot, you wind up getting, for each design, you wind up getting an Affinity file, like an AI file. So that would be good for Illustrator or for Affinity. And you've got an EPS file, which is kind of like a vector file. Then you've got a JPEG file, and then you've got a PNG file. And then you've also got a Photoshop file. So I'm actually going to pop this open and just show you what these look like. So we've got 1, we've got 2, and the list goes on and on. So this is just one bundle. So you can kind of see here when you're in just, the Windows Explorer, you can see what the different designs look like. There's God Bless America, I'm proud, that sort of thing. And then I'll go into bicycle designs here as well. And we've got a bunch of different bicycle designs. So I want to point out these are editable. So I'm actually going to go in now and pick one at random here, and we will edit the design. Okay, so I'm going to be using a few different programs here just to show you the editability of these designs. The first one, I'm just in my old version of Photoshop here, and I can turn on and off the visibility of different layers so we can make the kitty cats disappear as needed. One of the limitations you may run into is that in this case, the next design I'm opening in Photoshop has fonts that are missing. And so when I open up this design, it looks great. And we can see there's font on the right and there's font in here, but I can't, you'll notice on the right hand side, the font is missing. So I would need to find this font if I want to actually edit this design in this program. Okay, so I'm in Photopea this time, and I'll show you how to edit the text. It's a little bit of a workaround here. I'm just going to open up a file here. How about I go into this one here, number 16. So I'm going to open up a Photoshop file, but it's going to be in Photopea. You can see here now, it's loading in the closest font it can find. So here's the design on the left, and then here's this neat little font thing that sits on the right. So this here is substitute font. So if you wanted, you can substitute it in. So I'm going to click on this thing, and I'm going to change it now to, Bad Cat, for example. And then I can select whatever font I want to use. And it told me at the start what font I could use. So if I could then just open up the group, and I can just remove that, turn the visibility off for that group. And then I can move my font in now underneath it. So you just have to turn off the original font, and they've got whatever fonts are located, they're over on the right hand side. So I'm just going to open up another one here to show you as well. So here is Show Me Your Kitties. And so this over here on the right is the font that can go over on the left hand side, but you can replace it. So there's the kitties. So it's a little bit of a workaround for the font piece, I will admit. You can just remove that, update it to show whatever you want. And then you would have to change the font. Keeps asking me about ads. And then you would change the font here just in whatever design elements you're using. So here you could just change the font, for example. So I'm just going to pick off of a list here. There we go. So it's it's relatively easy to do, but it does take a little bit of a learning curve. And then you would have to find what font this is and try to match it if you wanted to have an exact match font. It is a limitation. Here's what the design looks like in Affinity Photo. And you can see here on the right-hand side, there's a lot of different layers. So right down at the very bottom, I can just turn off the layers, and you can see each individual item here is a layer. So I can just basically turn on and off, and I can replace it. So the text itself is editable in the sense that you can remove each piece of it and you can replace it. So each design is slightly different, but it is certainly editable. And here I am in Inkscape. I'm using the SVG file, which is a vector file, and I can just go in now and I can find there's all of the little nodules here that make up that background. So I can just remove that out. And then I can also just select individual letters if I wanted to as well. And I can just move those. Whoops, I selected the whole thing there. Here's the one there. And I can just move that now right out. So this is editable as well in the sense that, that font looks pretty nice, but you can just remove that and you can just replace it with something else. So you've got the whole option here to move things around and just remove them. Like I'll just delete it. So there's a bunch of different options here. We go over here, I'll just delete that. And I can remove that as well. So you can basically clean it up. You can move stuff around. It's basically just an image file. There is a little license page down at the bottom for designslocker, and it says you're allowed to resell or use the artwork for commercial or personal use in printed format only. So basically you can use it on t-shirts and that sort of thing. And you can print the artwork in an unlimited number of copies. What you can't do is you're not allowed to resell the artwork digitally. So you can't just buy the files and then stick them on Etsy and sell them as digital. That's obviously not allowed. I'm going to mention here how you can get some free designs from designslocker so you can test drive it yourself depending on what program you're using. I do want to point out the link in the video description below is an affiliate link. And what that means is that if you click on the link and you wind up buying one of these bundles that's listed on the website, I would receive a small commission. Now to get to the free designs, there's this little section here right at the top called free designs, and you just sign up for their newsletter. So right down at the bottom, you can just type in the email address, hit subscribe, and you wind up getting 10 of these designs just as an example. And so you can use them. So it's great. So even if you just want 10 free designs, this is a great way to get it, and you can test drive the system. So I would say the big positive with designslocker is the sheer number of designs that you're getting. You're getting this for the lifetime use. You're not buying this for a subscription. You're not buying this for a year. You're just getting this pretty much forever. So, it's like a lifetime deal. The downside is editing the text is not as simple as just simply click on it and edit it, although you could edit the designs easier if you have the actual fonts installed. So I'll put a link to this in the video description below. 500 plus editable designs, $39 US. And I think it's a good deal overall. Again, it's going to require a little bit of skill, and it does depend on what system you're using, but this might be a nice option that fits the bill for you for your print on demand journey. Hope you found that helpful, guys. Take care.